Let us read our Bible.
Katusome Bible zaffe.
Let us go in 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 12.
Katugende mu bbaluwa ya Peetero esooka essula ya 2 olunyiriri lwa 12.
Allow me to talk about discipline.
Muŋŋanye njogere ku mpisa.
1 Peter chapter 2 verse 12.
Ebbaluwa ya Peetero esooka essula ya 2 olunyiriri lwa 12.
Omuntu omwatusomere ka read very quickly.
Somawo mangu.
Nina okuba n'empisa mu budde.
Because I even have to be disciplined with time management.
Chala sendagala sanyusa okula. Bidi 12 1 Peter read very quickly tulina okuba n'empisa mu budde abo abakazi baleme bakuba.
Ebbaluwa ya Peetero esooka essula ya 2 olunyiriri lwa 12.
Yangu wako. Bwe balaba empisa zammwe ennungi nga mulina empisa zammwe ennungi mu baamawanga bwe baba nga baboogerako ng'abakola obubi bwe balaba ebikolwa byammwe ebirungi olw'ebikolwa byammwe ebirungi balyoke bagulumizenga Katonda.
Having your discipline honorable among the Gentiles, that when they speak against you as evildoers, they may, by your good works which they observe, glorify God in the day of visitation.
Essula yokusatu verse 1 up to verse 3.
Chapter 3 from verse 1 up to verse 3.
Kankuyambe mama, kankuyambeko. Bwe muti abakazi mugonderenga babba bammwe bennyini bwe wabangawo batakkiriza kigambo balyoke bafunibwenga batali kigambo olw'empisa z'abakazi baabwe.
Wives likewise be submissive to your own husbands, that even if someone do not obey the word, they without a word may be won by the conduct of their wives.
Bwe balaba empisa zammwe verse 2 bwe balaba empisa zammwe ennongoofu ez'omu Kristo verse 3 obuyonjo bwammwe tebubanga bwa kungulu obw'okuluka enviri n'okunaanika zaabu n'okwambala engoye naye omuntu omujja atalabika mu kyambalo ekitaliinooneka gwe mwoyo omuwombeefu omuteefu era ogw'omuwendo omungi. Katusome ne verse 16 awo wennyini. Nga mulina omwoyo omulungi olw'ebyo baboogerako obubi balyoke bakwatibwenga ensonyi abavuma empisa zammwe ennungi ez'omu Kristo.
Discipline empisa. Should I read?
Bajja kwesomerawo. Mukwano ntunuulire.
Look at me.
Osobola okuvaawo w'oli.
You can get up from where you are.
Sinsonga wafiirwa omwami wo.
It doesn't matter whether you lost your husband.
Sinsonga baakugoba.
It doesn't matter whether you're chased.
Sinsonga tolina kalimu.
It doesn't matter you're unemployed.
Singa
Assuming
olina ekigambo kye bayita empisa.
you had discipline,
Osobola okutandikako.
you can start afresh.
Ndabye abasajja n'abakazi Katonda baggulidde enzigi.
I've seen men and women God has opened doors for.
Nga balina n'obusobozi obw'okukola ebintu bawonya n'abalwadde.
They had the ability to do things that would even heal the sick.
Empisa ne zibawanulayo ne zibakuba ennumi ey'ekigwo wansi.
But because of indiscipline, they end up falling.
Anointing can lift you,
Amafuta gasobola okukuyimusa,
but discipline
naye empisa
can pull you down.
zisobola okukusuula.
Empisa kyeki?
What is discipline?
Empisa
Discipline
y'engeri gye weeyisaamu.
is the way you behave yourself.
Empisa kwe kukola
Discipline is hard
abalala
work.
tebatasobola.
Is doing what others cannot do.
Empisa
Discipline
by'ebikolwa
are the actions
by'oba okola
that you do
abantu nga balaba.
while people are watching.
Kyabakazi tubeerenga n'empisa ennungi.
Women, let's be disciplined
Ababba baffe balyoke bafunibwenga awatali kigambo.
so that our husband will hear even without
Bwe
themselves.
balaba empisa zaffe ennungi
When they see our good conduct,
balyoke bagulumizenga.
they will glorify God.
Olina empisa ng'oyogera.
Are you disciplined? How do you conduct yourself
Olina empisa ku bugenyi.
while you're talking or when you visit?
Olina empisa eri balamu bo?
Are you disciplined amongst your in-laws?
Olina empisa ku buweereza?
Are you disciplined in ministry?
Olina empisa eri banno?
Are you disciplined amongst your fellows?
Olina empisa eri bbaawo?
Are you disciplined to your husband?
Twayawukana mwaka gwa 10.
We separated in 1990.
Embeera yo nagisanga nali nva mu buweereza.
I was coming from a ministry news.
Amaka gonna nga baagakubyewo.
The family had been
Omwami
taken
atuuse
down.
n'omukyala gwe nali nsunga
My
yali
husband had gone
mukozi.
with one of my sheep,
Naye nakola waawo na mpisa.
but I survived because of discipline.
Ku nnimi. Ku nnimi zino ze twogera n'amasiiko robo ya ndala bannayongera kati nga bakiyita mpisa.
These tongues that we speak,
Nandigenze mu kooti awo.
I would have gone to court.
Nandibalumbye gye baddukira ne mbayira
I
asidize
would have
gwalabawo.
run after them and poured acid on them.
Nandigenze mu FIDA awo, nandigenze mu think awo.
I would have gone to FIDA or whichever organization.
Nalina empisa.
But I was
First
disciplined.
of all, I am an apostle.
Ekisooka ndi mutume,
Secondly, I am a minister.
ekyokubiri ndi muweereza,
I am a mother.
ndi maama,
I am a pastor in the church.
ndi musumba mu kkanisa.
Buli muntu yenna ndaba.
Everyone watches me.
Abantu banteekamu ekitiibwa.
People honor me.
Oli apostle.
You're an apostle.
Bakuwulira ku radio.
They listen to you over the radio.
Alina empisa alwana.
A person who is disciplined, can they fight?
Alina empisa awoggana.
If you're disciplined, do you shout?
Alina empisa ayomba.
Does a disciplined person quarrel?
Naye njagala mulabe bwe tuswaziza Katonda
But I want
olwaleero.
you to see how we have ashamed God.
Kyani kya mwami, kyani kya mukyala.
It was for the husband, it's for the wife.
Wuno annumya, wuno ansunye.
Oh, he has beaten me, he has
Wuno
beaten me.
ankubye.
He has beaten me.
Baabali ku poliisi.
They are police.
Baabali eri mu bafida.
They have gone to FIDA.
Baŋŋamba genda omuwaabire.
They told me, go and report him.
Omusajja yakwasa olwa myaka 19.
A man who has married you for over 19 years.
Mukoze ebibanja 7 akugoba atya.
You have bought plots of land. How
Genda
many
ku
churches?
poliisi omuwaabire.
Go to police and report him.
Genda mu bafida omuwaabire.
Go to FIDA and report him.
Nagamba I have a high court in the heaven.
I said, my high court is in heaven.
Ow'empisa tayomba. Ow'empisa talwana.
A disciplined person does not quarrel, does not fight.
Ow'empisa tawoggana.
A disciplined person does not shout.
Ow'empisa tayimusa mu ddoboozi lyo mu luguudo.
A disciplined person does not shout along
Nze
the road.
nze n'omukazi ow'ekitiibwa mu ggwanga lino.
How can an honorable woman like me in this nation
Bagenda bankube mu mpapula z'amawulire.
hear that they publish me newspapers?
Banteeke ku social media nti musumba looyo omutume lomyo omukyala omu okuba amaanyi mu ggwanga lino yalwanye ne bbaawe.
That Apostle Loy, one of the most powerful women in the country, has fought with her husband?
Bannyabo tuswazizza Katonda because of our bad behaviors.
Ladies, we have ashamed God olw'empisa zaffe embi.
Naye Mukama atubanje olwaleero
But may God help us today.
ng'agamba I am ready to do everything for you.
Agamba nti mweteefuteefu okukolera buli kimu.
Singa onoobaamu kayisa. Singa onoobaamu kayisa.
If you will remain in church.
Singa onoobaamu kayisa.
Eh.
Singa onoobaamu ku mpisa.
Oh, if you will have some discipline.
Katonda aggulidde abantu enzigi.
God has opened doors for people.
Empisa ne zigaana.
But because of indiscipline.
Katonda awadde abantu emikwano.
God has given people friends.
Empisa ne zigaana.
But because of manners, they
Katonda
fail.
awadde abantu obuweereza.
God has given people ministries.
Yakuwa amaka amalungi.
God gave you a good family.
Nze mbeera ku prayer mountain.
I'm usually at the prayer mountain.
Amaka mangi gaawukanye.
Many families have broken up.
Abantu bajja nga maze okuweereza lanchawa.
People come after the lunch hour.
Naye ng'olaba mukazi munno byagamba empisa zaagaana.
If you hear what the woman is telling you, it is because of indiscipline.
Abasajja badduse because of our bad behaviors.
Parents have run because of bad manners.
Naye embeera yonna ne bw'eneebeerawo.
But no matter what situation,
Bwe n'osigala ng'okyalina empisa.
if you maintain discipline,
Omusajja oyo ne bw'oba waddukira wagenda kujja ng'akunoonya mu
no
linnya
matter
lyawe.
where you run to, that man will come looking for you.
Agenda kujja ng'akunoonya.
He will come seeking after
Owange
you.
nkuleetedde akalagala bakayita mpisa.
I've brought you medicine, it is called
Owange
discipline.
nkuleetedde mmindi bagiyita mpisa.
I've brought you a pipe called discipline.
Nkuleetedde yirizi bagiyita empisa.
I've brought you a easy called discipline.
Bakazi mmwe baawa omuteeke mu ttupa bagiyita mpisa.
Put discipline before your husband.
Beera n'empisa naawe.
Be disciplined.
Nkuleetedde mumbwa gye bayita empisa.
I've brought for you a mumbwa called discipline.
Nkuleetedde yirizi bagiyita
I've brought
empisa.
you a easy called discipline.
Owaaye nkuleetedde mumbwa bagiyita
I've
mpisa.
brought you a mumbwa called discipline.
Nkuleetedde akalagala bakayita
I've
mpisa.
brought you a charm called medicine.
I said I have come to you with the discipline.
Nkuleetedde empisa.
Katonda
God is looking for women who are disciplined. No matter whether your husband ran away, he will look for you because of discipline. A man looked for me in Kampala. He looked for me wherever I was. And he told me, Pastor Lloyd, the whole time I was with you, you never quarreled with me, you never abused me, you never fought with me, you never took me to court. My wife, I want you to come back. I married a woman. She's like a fox. What she has not said to me, it is not there.
I am talking about this.
Njogera kumpisa. I lost everything, but I remained with this. Clothes went. Honor went. Anointing went. But I maintained discipline. He looked for me. And he told me, I want to marry you again. He came with 35 million. And he told me, I want you to come back. He told me, I made a mistake. I brought a fox. I am bringing to you a charm called discipline. No matter where he ran to, just be disciplined when you talk. But you're not disciplined to your husband. You don't have discipline while you talk. Your water is there. Your food is there. You even touch your waist. You can't even kneel. You just stand straight. Your food is there. Your water is there. Power. Even if he has 6 or 10 women, he will come seeking for you and will say, Mama Loy, come back. He will look for you wherever you will be. This man sold land looking for this small woman because she was different from other women. I was disciplined, I would kneel. I was disciplined, I would take water for him. I had discipline, I would not give him food while I was standing. I'm talking to you.
What is discipline?
Oh, mpisa ziliwa. That man will seek after you. He can look for you. The day he told me to go back, I had his aunt, I had my mother-in-law, I also had his father. They all were on rentals just like at Pastor's home. And the mother-in-law said, my father-in-law said, you'll give me a thigh. And the aunt was saying, you give me a wing. Give them. Give them. Just give them. Just give them. Give them the meat of their son and they eat.
Because we don't have discipline.
We have ashamed God because of indiscipline. But discipline. When he told me to go, my mother-in-law cried. My mother-in-law cried in soprano. My mother has gone. My mother has been giving me a big piece of meat. My mama Loy has been giving me meat. But what kind of cry will they make for you when you leave? Will they say, go, leave? Then my father-in-law, at least you people. At least you people. Musisi, what has gotten into you? My mom, Loy, has been taking care of me. That is the father-in-law to Musisi. The father to Musisi. My mother, Loy. Musisi, what happened to you? But someone will say, let Kasege go. I'm not here to tell you things that will make you happy. I never fought with my husband at all.
16 years.
For 16 years. He would give me meat. And his children, he would separate. He would mark the one for his children. Then one day, I forgot to take out the clothing. He took my own clothes and laid it on the children's bed. One day, I saw my father. I never came back because I was giving. He gave me a letter. And he said, I've given you that wife of mine for 30 days. My husband would count the plates every day. He would count the forks and spoons. But I was disciplined. I would stay quiet. Yes, sir. Yes, my father. Discipline. We would have fought. And the village would be amazed. Angels would be in shock. You're here seated and laughing. Now your discipline. Oh. What is in your homes? Whose is it? For the husband? For the wife? It is mine. It is yours. Someone called me and said, Pastor Loy,
what is going ahead in your church?
Church gena maso mu kanisa yo.
I've seen your second pastor on the police.
Ndabye omusumba wa muwokubiri ngali ku police. He came with a panga and the wife came with a knife. The pastor says she wanted to cut me. And the wife is saying he wanted to cut me.
I am talking about discipline. Where is the discipline in the house of the Lord?
Empisa ziriwa mu nyumba ya Mukama. A disciplined person, how can you fight with your husband? How can you refuse to give your mother-in-law meat? And you hide it under the bed? Those people cried when I was chased. They cried because I was leaving. They pleaded with their son. What did our mother do? Because of your indiscipline, maids just run away. You are indisciplined. I had discipline with the workers. Many got married in my hands. I took them as my children. My mother-in-law stopped me from making the food. My auntie had stopped me from washing the dishes. My father-in-law would clean the compound. And he would be the one to peel the beans. But the ones you have, you call them dogs. You will wonder. They would prepare the food. And they would tell me, Mom, if you have a mission, go and minister. Just because of meat. Just because of gonja. Just because of a pineapple. God brought people to help you at home, but you're not taking care of them. I came ready to talk about discipline. Discipline took me out of the village and took me to Kampala. Because of discipline, I got a house of 90 iron sheets. And because of discipline, my house is full of 5 sets of seats. Me who had gone up to 0, but because of discipline, I resumed. Because of discipline, I got 5 sets of seats at my home. When I visit, I wash dishes. When I visit, I greet people. When I reach somewhere, I visit, I move. When I visit, I go to the backyard. Maybe I would be honorable. But I greet people. I don't be proud of people. I speak with people. I sit with people. I sleep with people. People who are indisciplined are proud. Does a disciplined person have pride? People want to greet you, but you're there, you're taking yourself so highly. You're busy putting lipstick on yourself. You're missing out. Discipline will lead you to your things. Because of discipline, my entire wardrobe is full of clothes. You might think I'm a matron. Even if you're mean. One time we were in Busia. People had run back to their homes. But I stayed behind and watched the plates. I was even mopping the house.
My God, I've never seen such a lady like a Pastor Roy.
There was a woman who was going to get introduced and said, Sirabanga ko mukazi nga
Pastor Roy yingira mu odro peyo jamu buli suti joyagala ojamu ensawo joyagala tali mwamu amutwagwe mwamu.
She told me, go to my wardrobe, pick any dress, pick any bag. You're not poor. It is your brains that are poor. You are a visitor, and when you eat, you just leave the plate there. You're a visitor and just sit there idle and you only speak in tongues. Will you eat the tongues that you're speaking, or you have to do some work?
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah! She even gave me a briefcase to carry the clothes she gave me. One pastor called me. I was not going to minister. And then the Lord told me, just use your medicine, your charm. Just get your charm, your pipe, and use it. Because there are big people here. I decided to involve myself in work even when I had lipstick and I helped the worker in the back to prepare the food. I would wake up at 5 or 4 and mop the house. I would wash the clothes of the ministers. I was washing the things of the people who are going to minister. But let me tell you, always walk with discipline. Always move with discipline. Let discipline be the first in your bag. Let discipline be the first thing in your bag. Always move with discipline. Dress discipline. Discipline in your shoes. Put discipline in your bag. Never forget discipline. Always move with discipline in your past. Discipline is the one that goes before me. I would clean the windows. Then I put in the mirror. I put in the mirror and the Bible and discipline. When I was coming, I put discipline first. I put discipline first in my bag. And then I put my Bible, the mirror, and my glasses. But discipline was the first. Because if I get to my place of host, discipline might disappear. So never forget discipline behind. Women, just as you can't forget mirrors and lipstick, always move with your discipline. So
naye pasitalo yamaze ogakimotya ewuwo anze munange ntwalayo buli lita 5 bubiri nendete.
someone asked, Pastor Loy, how do you fetch water? And they said they take 5-liter jerrycans.
ntwalayo buli lita 5 munange nti ndi wankaaga kati nange.
I take 5-liter jerrycans because I'm 60 years
nangamba
now.
nkuleetedde oluzzi ewuwo.
And then this person dug a well for me at home. Give a hand of praise to the Lord. 4 days after I'd left, while I was in the garden, they said, come. There is a tipper that has come home. There is a huge tank. My friend, you're not poor. You're not poor. You have something. You have something. You have something. God was wise. He knew that your husband can die. Your husband can test you. He knows the English is not enough. He knows the face is not as beautiful. He knows you have no relatives. But he knows that if you have discipline, you will make it even where you can't pass. As I speak, there is a well at my home. You don't have an in-law that will bring you a tank. You don't have a child that they will bring you a tank. But you even don't have discipline. You are a visitor and you just sit. I've been with Pentecostal. You go to the garden and the visitor just stays in bed. You have something. I had discipline and I started with that. In that very conference, the son to the pastor found me washing plates. He's in South Africa. And he told me, Jajaloy, do you still do such things? And yet you're a pastor. And I said, this is a powerful pulpit. You still mop the house. You're even preparing food. You're even washing clothes of the ministers. God is tired of judges who are without wisdom, who are foolish. As he was going back to South Africa, he told me, Jajaloy, please escort me to the airport. I'm going back the day after tomorrow. I escorted him. We got to the airport. I saw him looking at shops. And I said, what is it he's looking for? He was looking for a bank. And then he landed on a bank. I was where the visitors end. The escorters, with his father and the mother. He saw the bank. And he went to the bank. He got 1.5 million. Ask your neighbor, what do you lose when you wash dishes? What do you lose when you go to the garden and dig? What do you lose when you mop this church? Do you think God is foolish? He wants those who are indisciplined. You're not disciplined even to the pastor. You just walk. You just go to any church you can come across. You're not disciplined even to your husband. You just walk around. Whatever comes to your head is what you do. Monange, the boy gave me 1.5 million shillings. And he said, don't show my father and my mother.
I am talking about discipline.
Discipline, I've been helped by discipline. Discipline saved me. On top of prayer and fasting, I added discipline. On top of the word, I added discipline. I was raised by Dad Ssentamu. But he was very strict with discipline. I'm pastored by John Mulinde. But the first thing he taught us was discipline. Discipline.
Discipline.
No, yongerako n'empisa.
Add on discipline.
Yongerako n'empisa.
Must right discipline.
Okuyemu empisa.
Will pull it from dust.
Bijja kujja mu nfuufu.
Grows, expands, overflow, empisa zinyulula
empisa zijja kutusaawa okukula okugaziizibwa n'omuyiika
mukyusa n'ekimuli kyako gwajja kundaba ennaku ze nnaamalawo empisa.
Because of discipline, I just change dresses. Just watch the space. You will see me tomorrow.
Zaleeta buli kika kya nsawo, buli kika kya ngatto, zaleeta odropu, zaleeta TV ewange, zaleeta seti z'entebe ttaano, zandeetera ogutanda ogunene, zaleeta ebifaliso enagirubo. I am talking about discipline.
Because of discipline, I got a TV, I got a huge bed, I got chairs, I've got dresses. Discipline has given me everything. Lord, I thank you because Mosisi has gone, but I have you. Lord, what I have is discipline. Help me to maintain discipline. Whatever else can leave you, but retain discipline. There are people who are at mountains praying and fasting, but they are indisciplined to their bosses. They are indisciplined to their pastors. They are indisciplined in their homes. When this guy got to South Africa, he works with Seroma. He has a shop that sells hardware of every kind. He called the father and said, give Jajaloi 2.5 million shillings, let her buy whatever she wants. I'm speaking to you, don't close your eyes. It is you I'm talking to, don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. I brought you quinini. This woman who is being talked about in the Bible, assuming she didn't have discipline, would she have gone to the neighbors to ask for blessings? You buy beans and you eat them alone. You don't even greet them. You don't talk to your neighbors. You're just there. You're always on phone when you bypassing them. When you're bypassing them, you're in tongues. You. Discipline will help your children to be buried. I've lost 3 children, but because of discipline, I've had people to bury. You will be with your dead body alone because of indiscipline. How can you be anointed without discipline? Because of discipline, people brought me money when I lost my children. When I lost my first daughter, they brought 2 coffins. People who are preparing food, those who had brought meat, those who had brought firewood. You need discipline at your wedding. You need discipline at your introduction. You need discipline in your overnights. You need discipline while you're in prison. Discipline can take you out of prison. Discipline can dress you up. Discipline can feed you. Out of discipline you can get money. Out of discipline you can have open doors. From discipline you can get purpose. Out of discipline you can reach nations. Because of discipline you can get friends. Because of discipline you can be anointed. Discipline can pull wealth from far. A pastor called me to a prayer mountain. I told him, Pastor Lloyd, I'm going to Rwanda. But I'm leaving you the mountain for 21 days until I return. He boarded a plane and he went to Rwanda. He didn't tell me what I would eat. He didn't tell me what to sleep. For 21 days he didn't tell me how I was surviving. I was in my garden digging. Even when Rachel would call me, I would be in the garden. And so he called me and told me, I've called you. He rang only once. A disciplined person is alert. When they call a disciplined person, they come. A disciplined person is quick. A disciplined person doesn't give excuses. A disciplined person.
Throughout those 21 days, I got a lorry of things. Omusajja yajjanga maze okubuulira.
A certain man came up and preached.
Nga Pastor Roy.
And he told me, Pastor Loy,
Mukama ngambye.
the Lord has told me
Nkwesa y'entebe.
to give you a set of chairs.
Nazimba ennyumba.
I built a house,
Simanyi ntebe gye zinaava.
but I don't know where the chairs will come from.
Ne wabeerawo omuwala yava Sudan.
Then another woman from Sudan came
N'agamba you have blessed me.
and said, Ompadde omukisa.
N'ampa kakadde ka ssente.
She gave me $1 million shillings.
Onuwe nezidde.
Ku lwokusatu,
Ne wabeerawo eyajja.
another one came.
Wabeerawo oweereza ku Sunday. Obeerawo n'okola evaluation.
If you minister on Sunday, you
N'obeerawo
say,
yanga Pastor Roy wampadde omukisa.
someone said you gave me a blessing.
N'afa emitwalo 40.
She gave me 400,000.
Omusajja oli n'akomawo ku Sunday.
The other man came back on Sunday.
Apostle Roy.
Apostle Loy, the Lord told me,
Nkuwa ebintu byange byonna ebiri mu nnyumba.
I give you all my belongings in the house.
Njagala kukwegayirira. Ogenda olabe ebintu byo.
I want you to go and look at your things.
Ne mugamba linda eyampita.
And I said, wait for the one. who called me.
N'akomawo the second week.
And he came back the second week.
N'akomawo the third week.
Came back the third week.
N'afukamira wansi.
He knelt.
Ewuwo waliyo ebyalo. Ne mugamba genda ogambe eyampita. Mugabe Pastor Roy muwadde byonna ebiri mu nnyumba.
I said, go and tell my pastor that I've given all my belongings to Loy.
Pastor nanneegayira.
And then the pastor besought
Pastor
me.
Loy.
Pastor Loy,
Musajja ono muyambe.
help this man.
Mutaase.
Help him.
Genda olabe ebibyo.
Go and see your things.
Ne mugamba Pastor.
And I told him, Pastor,
It is good.
Chirunji,
Naye ajja kugamba abasumba ba trumpet babbye ebintu.
he will claim that the pastors from Trumpet stole my property.
Bw'aba akakasa akuwa invoices zagula ebintu ebyo.
If he's sure about his gift, let him give us invoices.
N'akomawo the following day.
He came back the following day.
N'aleeta invoice ya
He
TV.
brought the invoice for the TV,
N'aleeta invoice ya wardrobe.
invoice for the wardrobe.
N'aleeta ey'ekitanda.
He brought the invoice for the bed,
N'aleeta ey'emifaliso.
and even brought the one for the mattresses.
N'ava fridge.
He brought the invoice for the
Ebintu
fridge.
byonna biri mu nnyumba ye.
Whatever was in his house, he brought invoices
N'abikwasa pastor.
and handed them to the pastor.
N'akola
He
endagaano.
made an agreement.
Zisiibira bombi wadde Royi.
I've given all these
Guno
belongings
gwe
to
mukono
Lord.
gwange.
This is my
Eno
signature.
endagaano gye
This is the
nkoze.
agreement I've made.
N'ayita n'Owero Siwan.
He even called the LC one. They
Bonna ne
were
babeerawo.
all present.
Ayina empisa. Wulira.
If you're disciplined, you listen.
Nze nzimba simanyi kitanda kirivaawo.
When I construct a house, I don't know even where the bed will come from.
Banyana ne basaba natandika n'empisa okufuna ekitanda ewange.
Ladies and gentlemen, I started with discipline to get a bed at my home.
Saba n'okusiiba nayongerako ekigambo bakiyita mpisa.
On top of prayer and fasting, I added discipline.
Bw'ojja ku lusozi,
When you come to the mountain,
mpeereza bulancawa mu lusozi,
I minister in the lunch hour at the mountain.
mpeereza covenant ku lusozi,
I minister in the overnight at the
mpeereza
mountain.
mu Sunday service ku
I
lusozi.
minister on Sunday at the mountain.
Banneesigisanga ministry
I am entrusted with the ministry
okugenda okuziika abafu.
to go and bury those who have died.
Buli mufu
Every dead person,
oba munene atya.
no matter how big they are.
Pastor Roy agenda okuweereza
Pastor
ku
Loy is the one
ntaana.
who is going to minister the burial.
Nayisa ababikoze.
I even went before because the English people.
Nagenda nazo ku lusozi.
I went with my discipline to the mountain.
Nagenda nazo.
I went to discipline.
Zanninyisa akatuuti ka Yokaana Mulinde wali.
Discipline took me to the pulpit of John Mulinde.
Zintuuza n'abanene.
Discipline makes me to sit with big people.
Zintuuza n'abazungu.
Discipline makes me to sit with Bazungu.
Zintambuziza obuwanga wano bunnetolodde.
Discipline has taken me around the nations.
Empisa zinnanga ku radio.
Discipline announces me on the radio.
Zinteeka ku posita.
Discipline puts me on posters.
Empisa zanteekako okuganja.
Discipline gives me favor.
Empisa zannyiriza.
Discipline makes me look good.
Empisa zaleeta buli kintu kyonna ewange.
Discipline brought everything I have at home.
Mbadde nzimba ekyaki.
I've been constructing a
Nga
church
twateekamu biveera.
and we were using polythene.
Naye empisa.
But because of discipline,
Zaleese tiles
there are tiles in the church.
Ezze ngenda okuteeka mu nnyumba ya Mukama.
And I'm going to put the tiles in the
I
house
am
of the Lord.
talking about discipline.
Njogera ku mpisa.
Teri agoberera atalina mpisa.
No one can rise up against.
Teri ayita atalina mpisa.
No one calls an indisciplined person.
Era Getu we yampita.
So when Sister Gertrude called me,
Ne ku ssimu ng'empisa ziwulira.
you would even feel the discipline on phone.
Omusumba Rachel bwe yampita.
When Pastor Rachel called me,
Nga ne ku ssimu oziwulira.
you could even hear the discipline.
Alina empisa ne ku ssimu oziwulira.
She's disciplined even on phone.
Ate bwe natuuka ewa musumba.
And when I go to the pastor,
Ekiri eri nga tiyitirivu.
what is at the pastor's is even extreme.
Sitera kusula mu baweereza.
I usually sleep with ministers.
Empisa zansuzizza eri mu kalina waggulu.
Because of discipline, I'm sleeping in a solid house.
Nasanze bafumbye ennyama bweki.
I found meat prepared.
Bannange nasanze baleese bino kwentono mumyufu gwe bakamula wa Beirut.
They had brought this nice looking juice. But Nange, have some discipline. No one can iron for a person who is indisciplined. No one calls an indisciplined person. Listen to me. No matter how many wives your husband has, just be disciplined. Continue to kneel. Tell him, welcome back, husband. Here is some juice. He comes back and you strike him. You abuse him. You bite him. You have no wife. You're breaking the TVs. You're breaking cups. You get his clothes and you throw them outside. What is it that came over us? We have ashamed God already. Discipline has just got out of God. Indiscipline. Women who are here, you're disciplined. But these days, women just move around. Indisciplined people just look it around. Mchala Izinga, thank you for not running away. Where I come from, people just follow any kind of cult that comes. Whether the pastor is the kind that circles women's breasts, they just follow. Discipline has helped me as we wind up. I was at the board of Uganda and Rwanda. I had been called to a conference of 5 countries. Some had come from Belgium. Some had come from Rwanda. Some had come from Congo. Some had come from Burundi. Some from Tanzania. Big ministers. Like Ngoma, Seku Martin, and many others.
And so many preachers.
They had big stomachs. They had huge noses. They had big necks. They had huge butts. And among them was this small woman called Sister Loi. When I got to that conference, it was talking about seeing Jesus. I was being announced on the radio. I was on the poster. I was on the media. And they were announcing Apostle Loi as one of the guest speakers. The Lord took me out of the others. I went with my discipline. When I got to the other conference, no one would even go to the back to mop. When I go to the conference, singers, they are all at the front. All they would do is sing. They even tilt the microphone like this. None of them was disciplined enough to wash the dishes. And then I said to my host, I have a conference in Entebbe where the pastor saw me and admired me and said, let me take you to our place also. I went to the other conference. He has ever seen me doing work in one of the conferences in Entebbe. And he called me to go to that conference. When I got there, they killed a cow. There was fat on everything. The toilets were messed up. All the other ministers, when they finish eating, they just leave the place there. And I told the person, they are talking about seeing Jesus. We are going to see Jesus through washing the plates. And you come from Mityana. You go through Kampala. You go through Mpigi. You go through Masaka. You go through Lwengo. You go through Kanungu. You go through Muisingira. You go through Mbarara. You go through Mukabala. To go and wash plates.
What happened?
The pastor cried. I came from the hostel and I washed plates. But money, faranga, money from Congo, money from Rwanda, from Burundi, from Belgium, came and found me where I was washing the plates from. You have something, my sister. If everything else has failed, you're supposed to be disciplined. Every person. You're supposed to be disciplined even on the pulpit here. Let's be disciplined even with time. We have to be disciplined even when you're visitors. There are people who have had say, don't bring that person back here. Because you're indisciplined even when you talk. You are a person who abuses people. You just sleep. I came with a bunch of money. I had my clothes in a blue chivera. When the pastor was coming from America, he emptied his bag and put in another bag. Wave like this, I got bitenge from Congo and all other countries that produce bitenge. I went with only 60,000, but I came back with a lot of money. Discipline can take you out of poverty. On top of prayer and fasting, add discipline. Even on top of the work you're doing, add discipline and good conduct. Even with that degree, add discipline. Even the titles you have, add discipline. Barry sang a song that says, God has taken me to my pastor. Discipline has taken me to many places. When I added discipline on top of the word, and I added it on top of tongues, and I added to my senior one English, even my dark-skinned face, I even added it to some of my nails that are missing. Today I am what I am in this country. May the Lord help you in this conference. Whether discipline refuses in the chogero, whether discipline refuses where you started from, or where you were raised from, this time pray that God will give you discipline. Ask God, help me to have discipline when I visit. Help me to have discipline when I speak. Help me to have discipline when I'm among people. If it means fasting, you fast for discipline. People will leave you aside because of indiscipline. You will be demoted because of indiscipline. You will fall sick and people will not come to see you. You will lose children and you will be alone with your children because of indiscipline. You will organize a wedding and people will not help you because of indiscipline. I'm saying even on top of the music I've seen. Even at that house where you stay and you beautify yourself, add discipline. On top of discipline, rather, on top of lipstick, add discipline, you will be on top. You will be looked for. It was God for me to come here. It has been God. Everyone wants me to go to their conference. Everyone wants me to sleep at their home. Everyone wants me to eat at their home. Everyone drives me in their car.
No matter whether you have got a car or not,
they fight for me. For me to sit in their cars. They fight for me to sit at the front. Let Pastor Loy sit at the front. Where is Apostle Loy going to sleep? What is she going to eat? My friend, you have something. Start with discipline. They will look for you by force in Jesus' name. If you'll be disciplined to people, there are some people who have your belongings. There is someone who has your car. Someone has your pulpit. If you will be disciplined, even when you're in Kotido, even when you're in the village, even when your face is not very good looking, even if you didn't study, this charm called discipline has helped us. It has made me known in the nation. It has taken us to powerful conferences. On top of pulpits, we add discipline. Discipline raises the poor. Discipline will take you out of the pit. Discipline will bring a wedding to your home. People will come looking for you because you're disciplined. This is how I'm finishing. I got an accident. From October, I'm still moving around with my discipline. I was involved in an accident in November, even in October, even in September, even in August. But even when I was bedridden, discipline helped me. I was in the house for 4 months, but discipline made people look for me. Discipline helped me. Discipline brought people home. Discipline brought sugar. What I would have got from the garden and the ministry, money found me where I had raised my leg. Discipline brought bags of sugar. Discipline brought bags of salt. Discipline dug my garden. Discipline put me on top radio. Every person was feeling compassion for Lord. Sorry, Pastor Lord. We have lost you in these conferences. But may the Lord give you the grace. May the Lord give you a new leg.
I am talking about discipline.
Discipline will take you up. When you add discipline to that gift, when you add discipline to those songs, you will be on market. Discipline made me. Discipline sold me. Popularizes me. One time I was talking about discipline already and they asked me, a trumpet half hour, 6:30 p.m. They asked me, Loy, are you big, are you small? Are you tall? Are you... How much did you go to school? Have you loved the discipline? So tomorrow be disciplined enough to come back. Be disciplined. Tomorrow I want to see you here. Be disciplined. Go and be humble to your husband. And ask him to come and attend the conference. Stand where you are and we pray. Stand where you are as a disciplined woman and we pray. Don't leave before mommy sends us away. Hallelujah.